Doing. Apologies that I'm a bit late, but what can I say? I was hitting that go live button in Restream, and there was a big exclamation mark, and I was like, "What is going on here?" Anywho, welcome, 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 and by all means, comment below. I am absolutely happy to make this an interactive session, as always. And today's topic in my mini training is how to get into the right room. So, you know, if you're in a service business of any kind, coaching or otherwise, and you are trying to get seen, get found, get known, get clients, then, let's talk today about how to get into the right room. Will we? Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to share 5 things with you today. Five's a great number, isn't it? So I'm going to share 5 things with you today. And a lot of this actually is based on my own experience of getting found. Okay, so over my holidays, at the very end of my holidays, someone just tripped on into my DMs on LinkedIn. They just popped on in and invited me to speak on the main stage of their digital conference. And that set me thinking, it set me thinking, oh, that's so interesting. Like, I didn't apply for this. I didn't look for this opportunity. This just basically fell into my lap. And, these days, it's not just about getting into the right rooms. It's also about how you leverage it. Okay. So how you leverage getting into the right rooms. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because you can do it too, but there are certain things that you need to think about. And I'm going to give you 5. Okay. I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to think about in order to get in those rooms. Okay. Get in those rooms and get that business, get that visibility. So number 1 is, well, honestly, blindingly obvious, but one that people just don't think about. And it is that you have to decide what rooms you want to get into. You have to decide, what room do I actually want to be in? So have you decided that? Have you put any consideration and thought into what rooms you want to get into and why? Because if you're going to speak on somebody else's platform, it has to be relevant to your business, because it's taking you away from your business. Okay. So if you're trying to increase your visibility, then that's great. If you're trying to get found, great. If you want to speak on somebody else's platform, awesome. But why? And you always have to think about that and spend some time just journaling, jotting down, doing a bit of research on the kind of rooms that you want to get invited into. And then it's about number 2, optimizing your content. So making sure that the content that you're preparing actually reels those fish in. Okay. So bring them towards you. Make sure that you're focusing on growth content, that you're focusing on sales content, and that you're focusing on nurturing content. Okay. But that it's all thematically displaying you and your business as the right level of expertise that's going to bring the right people towards you and get you invited into the right rooms. Okay. Number 3, really, my experience of this, working with clients, is that what can happen sometimes is on their LinkedIn profile or their website, their About Me section or their About the Business section is about the business. Wrong. Wrong approach. Okay. Your LinkedIn profile, your About section in your website has to be why you're relevant to your customers, and really has little to do, not nothing, but little to do with you. So what it needs to do is draw people to you. It needs to use the right keywords. It needs to reflect the right industry. So for example, many moons ago when I started in social media, back in probably 2008, I started using social media to build lists and grow my business. This was after I had started using it for clients. Now I was using it for me, kind of as just to play with, but also, like I say, to grow lists. I had stuff on my profile like Elaine, Dubliner, opinions are my own, that kind of stuff. That's completely irrelevant these days. you know? If you're using your profile, any kind of profile, to grow your business, then it has to be reflecting the business result that you can achieve for your client. And that means results in health, wealth, relationships, okay? Because they're the top three. So you need to make sure that however you achieve the best result that you achieve for your client, that it is like really beautifully displayed in a way that your client, your future clients, your prospective clients get. And anyone who is category adjacent to you, who might want to invite you to a podcast or invite you to speak on their stage, can see that, this person, this business is clearly an expert in this field. Okay, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or comments on that, okay? Number four is you've got to ask people for opportunities. I network a lot, actually a lot in the UK, and probably one of the sessions we were like, okay, outside actually growing your business per se, like outside there being customers in the room for you to grow your business here in this room, this virtual room, like what could we do for you? Okay, so what could we all do for each other? And that really kind of got me thinking. And as I listened, other people were saying, oh, well, I would like to feature on a podcast. And so I went, yeah, me too. Actually, I would like to feature on podcasts. And so, yeah, I said, hey, I want to feature on podcasts. And I just started talking about that, yeah, I would be open to telling my story on a podcast, whether it's my business story or my personal story or why I changed my business to this particular way of offering my services to match, my personal life or whatever. Boom, opportunities started coming because I asked. Isn't that so obvious? But quite often what's right in front of our face isn't what we think of. So please, if you want opportunities, you have to tell people, you have to tell them. And it could be that that's what you share even as a post, a picture of yourself asking for the opportunity to speak or to feature on a podcast or to be a guest presenter or to do a guest appearance or to speak on a stage, okay? So make sure you ask for opportunities. Number 5 also should be pretty obvious, and it is that you have to get in front of the camera. I'm sorry, but you do. You do. I mean, unless you are going to have a podcast and you're only going to show up on audio events, which is also okay, but you have to show up. You have to start improving. You have to show people that you're an expert, that you have credibility, that you have the experience, that you will hold an audience's attention. It has to be evident. So where can they experience that? Only if you actually decide, I'm going to put myself out there into the world. I'm going to back my message. I'm going to back myself as a person, and I am going to speak to nobody. Speak to nobody for as long as I can, so that I build my craft, Okay, in my situation, I have like over 20 years of experience of pitching. So and also thanks to my mother, can I just say a big shout out to Val? She made me, not made me, she encouraged me to do speech and drama from when I was like 6. So, so I was built for the stage, right? But to be honest with you, when I look back at some of my initial videos, they're absolutely appalling. They're so bad. And it's just practice. It's just practice. And you can do it. You just need to decide, okay, I want to do this. It's going to grow my business. I want to be found. I want to be known, and I want to find more clients. Okay. In which case, in order to do so, and in order to get in the right room, in order to get on the right stage, I've got to show up. I've got to just get on video, and because apart from anything else, you can watch it back. You can watch the video back and go, oh, I waffled a bit there, or okay, that point could have been made a bit better, or whatever. Okay. So practice, show up, and be brave, share everywhere you can so that people can be exposed to your message, and particularly on LinkedIn. If you're looking for opportunities, you've got to show up. You just do. There is such an opportunity on LinkedIn to capture an audience's attention, because the vast majority of people on LinkedIn do not actually share any content. So there is a chasm of white space that you can fill. Okay, so come on now, right? Then, when you do get in the right room, make sure that when you get invited to the right room, make sure that you research it properly. So go and figure out what the room is going to be like. See if you can, how you can leverage it. Bring a phone stand. Bring a phone that you can capture, like a decent phone with a decent camera, that you can capture other material, just in case they're not going to film you, or they're not, they're going to be slow in sharing the content that they get from the opportunity that you take up. Make sure that you have a plan to leverage it. Okay. Because let's say you get to the room, there's less people in the room than you anticipated, or they're not exactly your clients, and you have to make the most of it. Because the thing about standing on somebody else's stage is that it's time out of your business, that you are going to have to prepare a presentation, you're going to have to practice, and you're going to have to stand up and deliver. So it takes a chunk of time out of your business. Okay. The opportunities are amazing because it increases your visibility, and it increases your potential reach if you leverage it. Okay. So make sure to leverage it. Okay. So let me know if there's any comments. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Okay. So let's recap. There are 5 things you need to know about getting in the right room. Okay. Number 1, decide what room. Decide what room you want to get into. That is the first thing that you've got to do in order to be successful. So why do you want to get in this room? What room is it? Who will be in that room? Are they the right people for your business? And if they aren't, is the subject the right subject? And can you leverage it outside of the room to grow your business? Okay. Number 2, in order to get in that room, make sure you're optimizing your content. So make sure that your content is attractive to people on that subject line item to get in that room. Okay. Number 3, particularly on LinkedIn, specifically on LinkedIn, make sure that you have optimized your profile, that your headline has keywords, that it demonstrates your experience and the amount of years experience that you have, that your latest position is on track to what you do, that your About Me section just sings, this is the right speaker for you when you want to be found and known by the particular category that you're after, okay? Make sure you're easy to contact, okay? So update that contact space, all right? Remember, when people search for your name, so if they have your name already, then you will be found on LinkedIn, okay? That's one of the first things that's going to pop up in a search, other than your own website, okay? But to the website. Make sure your about section is super clear for your client, not for you. It's not like a chronological, boring list of what you've done. It's not really about you. It's about how you're relevant for your clients, okay? Number 4, ask people for the opportunities that you want. Ask them anytime that you're speaking to anybody in relation to an opportunity, be it like someone who might be connected to a corporate that you want to work with, be it somebody who might know somebody who has a podcast that you would like to feature on, be it someone who has spoken on a stage that you want to speak on. Ask. If you network, either in person or online, make sure that you are asking, that you are saying as part of your call to action, I want to build my visibility. I want to feature on podcasts and get other people to put you forward, okay? Finally, again, number 5. Finally, number 5, get in front of the camera. Practice. Show up. Not just like for yourself, but also go and speak on LinkedIn Live, go on and do Facebook Lives, go and do conversations, interviews in other Facebook pages and Facebook groups so that you can practice your message, okay? And that you can be seen to be credible and to have experience, and that people can see how engaging you are, even if at the moment that you are speaking, you're speaking to nobody except your beautiful face. You know, it's happened to us all. It's happened to us all. But you've got to start at 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 before you can get to 100. That's just the way it is, okay? And the hidden number 6 is leverage it, okay? So I hope that has given you lots to think about. It is something that I'm going to support my group program on, that's launching at the end of September. And we're going to start in a month's time on the 10th of October. So the LinkedIn to Leads group program is coming. And this time we're going to get through each of those topics. Okay. We're going to get clarity for your business and how you can frame your messaging in the right way to attract the right people. We're going to make sure your LinkedIn profile is 5 stars, okay? We're going to have a whole section on content strategy, content support, and making sure that you get visible. And we're going to have a month dedicated to getting on that discovery call, okay? And what you need to say to convert a call to a sale. So LinkedIn to Leads really is the whole way through the funnel, okay? To help you to grow your service business to the heights that you want it to be, okay? Okay, smashing. Listen, I'm going to share a link to LinkedIn to Leads under this video so that you can check out the page. It's not open yet. It's not going to be open till the end of the week. So go and check it out. I'm going to link it in here. And I'm looking forward to reading your questions or comments under this live. And I'd be delighted to answer any questions that you have. Thanks so much for joining me. I've been Elaine Walsh-McGrath, sharing how you can get into the right room. Bye.